Ladies and gentlemen, this Mudryk news, it's getting interesting. I mean, surely Chelsea's not thinking about this.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We're bringing you the latest in all the Chelsea transfer news. Obviously, there was a live stream earlier on, much like every other day, 2 content per day. One live stream in the morning that you're going to get for all the overnight news that flows through in UK, and then obviously later on UK time, which is the time frame now, where we try and cover everything that's dropped since morning in UK. Everything really based around UK. Obviously, all the news pretty much comes from there. Let's have a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is crazy. We've been talking about Mudryk for the past couple of days, and there seems to be the word hijack that's getting thrown around a lot, that Chelsea is looking to hijack this particular deal from Arsenal Football Club. At first, I was like, "Nah, no way. This is even possible. This is not something that we can even contemplate, because the player is so heavily linked with Arsenal. It's not even funny. The player is twerking for Arsenal on a regular basis. Arsenal wants him. He wants Arsenal Football Club. He watches Arsenal matches on a regular basis. How is this going to be possible?" But more and more this news is floating around for the past couple of days now. Is this a mechanism to perhaps push Arsenal to give Shakhtar Donetsk the money that they want? Or is there actually some legitimacy behind this whole situation? Maybe Chelsea are just monitoring whether they can snap this up. This is the latest exclusive. Chelsea are in talks with Shakhtar Donetsk over a deal for Mykhaylo Mudryk and could hijack Arsenal's move. Darijo Srna expected to be in London to meet with the Blues this week. This is from Jack Rosser, and every sort of news Twitter account out there are posting this. I mean, it's from the Sun. I don't know how much I can believe this particular source and how reliable it is. I don't really like the Sun as the source. Despite the Gunners having already agreed personal terms over a 5-year deal worth around 120k a week, with Mudryk, Chelsea are set to enter the fray, having already started discussion. Now, 120k a week doesn't sound that much for a up-and-coming superstar that Mudryk is. Believe me. Have a look at some of his matches for Shakhtar Donetsk and have a look at some of his footages. This guy is the real deal, man. And Arsenal Football Club will definitely enhance with him as well. Not to say that they already don't have a lot of enhancements in the likes of Saka and Martinelli and Odegaard, but Mudryk just gives them another kick. There's no doubt about that. If the Blues agree to meet the asking price around 60 million with another 20 million in add-ons and offer better terms than the Gunners, they could pip the Premier League leaders to the deal. And you know what? We could potentially do this, 60 million with another 20. Once again, there has to be some sort of payment schedule, much like the Enzo Fernandez one, that Shakhtar would have to agree. But if ultimately Shakhtar gets 60 plus 20, regardless of how many installments, they'll probably accept it, because apparently Arsenal Football Club, they're not willing to budge beyond 75 million or 70 million euros, which is probably around 60 million pounds. So they're not willing to give that 20 million. And I'm pretty sure we could possibly beat that 120k a week wages that Mudryk got in terms of personal terms. So, ladies and gentlemen, look, I don't know how to read this one. Look, I can't see how he joins us. I really cannot see how Mudryk joins us. Like, this guy, as I said, he wants Arsenal Football Club. How do all of a sudden we just say that, yeah, you know what, like, come and join Chelsea Football Club? We know his mindset is not at Chelsea. It's with Arsenal. Can we accept that? I don't know, man. I know at the end of the day, players are professional. They're going to get a wage with us, and they'll have to respect the contract terms and respect the club and give the best for the club. I know from that perspective, that's all fine. But right now, we know how much this player wants Arsenal, man. So for me, look, this seems a bit too far-fetched. But obviously, we'll keep our eyes open. If the deal falls apart with Arsenal Football Club, maybe there's something that we can do. Ladies and gentlemen, you let me know. I would take Mudryk. I really would take Mudryk. He's damn good. He is damn good. And at the end of the day, look, we need some sort of solution, I feel like, in attack. I'm not really confident with who we have. We need to get rid of a few and then bring in some new faces. Obviously, we've got Christopher and Nkunku coming up next season, so that's something to think about. Maybe we don't spend too much now. Omari Hutchinson is someone that I talk that needs to get integrated in. So maybe for the time being, we may just stay put with what we have. And as I said, next season, it could be a different dimension. But personally speaking, there are certain players that we have currently in the likes of Christian Pulisic, Kai Havertz, and even Hakim Ziyech. As much as I love Hakim Ziyech, it just hasn't worked out for Chelsea Football Club. So, Callum Hudson-Odoi is already on loan, and I'm not totally impressed with him either. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about the Mudryk situation. Now, next up, Joao Felix's agent has spoken to Chelsea about a move, but they are focused on Enzo Fernandez at the moment. So, look, we touched on Joao Felix earlier on today in the live stream. The loan fee, the wages seems a little bit hefty for 6 months. As I said, I would like to see a different attacker. I'm not confident who I have. Obviously, we've just talked about Mudryk. I don't know whether that happens. I would go for someone like Joao Felix, but maybe this doesn't happen as well because we're probably getting priced out by Atletico Madrid. And at the same time, we're spending a lot of money on Enzo Fernandez. I know they're different positions, but money matters, and I'll tell you why. There's another tweet coming up down the track which talks about the future state of financial fair play, which is going to be interesting for you guys to keep a tab on. Chelsea have this week made an inquiry to Celtic regarding the availability of right-back Josip Juranovic. I don't understand why we're not heavily getting linked with a right-back and why we're not in the market immediately to bring someone in. Reece James is a problem. He's a huge problem in terms of injury. And without him, the team, it looks so off balance. It's not even funny. So I don't get why we're not in the market already and deep in, linked with someone to bring them in. It's quite mad for me. So look, Josip Juranovic, a lot of people rates this particular player. I've got no issues with it. I think he's had a fantastic World Cup. Wasn't, as I said earlier on, previously, I wasn't completely impressed by him against Argentina. I would like to see these type of players step up against the biggest teams. But then again, look, I don't want to just use that particular match as the barometer, the standard. Lots of people saying that he's done really well at Celtic, and obviously overall he's had a very good World Cup. However, Chelsea were told by Celtic that he is not available this month, and the initial inquiry was turned away by the club. So look, don't think anything is happening with the Juranovic situation. And this goes hand in hand with what Liam Toomey said earlier on. Look at this. From what we're hearing, right back doesn't appear to be a priority. How can that not be a priority? It's mad. It's mad how we can say that right back is not a priority. Players like Dumfries know Reece would start over them, and lower options aren't guaranteed to be a meaningful improvement on the options Potter already has. What options does Potter already have? It's Azpilicueta. Unless you're going to start telling me that Chalobah is going to be an option, then I don't see how any, other sort of players, let me have a look, a lower option, any other lower options aren't guaranteed. There's players like, okay, fine, Dumfries, as you've said, may not be a second fiddle to Reece James, but then again, I don't think he would be a second fiddle. Reece James is always injured. So I'm thinking Dumfries is going to get more of the game time anyway. So I don't know how that works out. But okay, fine. If Dumfries is not the person, there's been talks about Malo Gusto. I'm sure he's better than Azpilicueta. Juranovic would be better than Azpilicueta. And I'm pretty certain there are other names like Kyle Walker-Peters of Southampton would be a better option than Azpilicueta. How are we thinking that lower options aren't guaranteed to be a meaningful improvement on on the options Potter already has? It just makes no sense to me, unless we're thinking about bringing a academy, player to come through and fill up that void, which I don't know. I don't know if there is a particular academy player right now that can help us out in that situation. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen, how you feel about this statement from Liam Toomey, who's saying that perhaps right back is not even a priority, which is quite mad, absolutely mad. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, this is from Fabrice Hawkins, who tends to have some really, really good news in regards to Chelsea Football Club at times. This is what he's got saying recently after his good start to the season. Illan Meslier, I think that's how you pronounce it, is of interest to several clubs. Bayern Munich looking for a replacement for Manuel Neuer, injured until the end of the season. Newcastle, other English clubs, including Chelsea, are keeping tabs on him. Chelsea are keeping tabs on him. Illan Meslier, he's a good keeper. He's a young keeper. His distribution isn't bad. His shot stopping isn't bad. He does have clangers every now and then, man. And much like all the other goalkeepers out there, he's no different. They all have it. But for me, I don't know whether this guy's really an upgrade to Kepa. Like, Kepa is the #1 goalkeeper for Chelsea Football Club right now. I don't really think Illan Meslier is an upgrade to Kepa. Is he even an upgrade to Mendy? I don't... Ball playing ability, yes, probably better than Mendy. Then again, a lot of goalkeepers are better than Mendy, but Mendy's shot stopping is not bad. I know last 12 months hasn't been the greatest for Mendy, but I'm not going to forget what Mendy was doing during the Champions League, season that we won, and also in the Premier League. So look, Mendy is probably on the way out. He's not accepting a new contract, and he's holding out to what Kepa is earning. So from that perspective, okay, fine. But in regards to Kepa, I don't think Illan Meslier is better than Kepa. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, you let me know. How do you feel about Illan Meslier? There was talks about Pickford, who I wasn't very excited about, and Illan Meslier, it just doesn't excite me over Kepa, to be honest. I would like to give Kepa an opportunity and continue on with him, unless if I see an absolute outstanding goalkeeper that Chelsea's going to bring in. But that's going to cost money, and to be honest, for the time being, maybe we're okay in the keeping department. The most expensive transfer. Now, let's talk about the latest in regards to Enzo Fernandez. You guys have been waiting to know what's going on. Look, he's going to be a Chelsea player, I feel, with everything that's been talked about. Yesterday, obviously, we did 2 pieces of Enzo news, live stream, and also a pre-recording. Please check them out. They're still in the archives on my channel, so check that out. The most expensive transfer of an Argentine in history, Enzo Fernandez, will be a Chelsea player. That's it. This is all coming from Portuguese journalists, Argentinian journalists. This is Shakhtar Donetsk. I've got no idea. Maybe he's a South American journalist. But everyone is saying this deal is done, ladies and gentlemen. Enzo Fernandez's transfer from Benfica to Chelsea is a British transfer record. This takes time. A deal sheet with installments has been signed. This is from Felix Johnston. Look, Felix has been killing it in regards to this news. He's probably the first one that broke what's going on in regards to Enzo Fernandez, and also broke the whole situation, saying that his transfer to Chelsea Football Club is done. So look, Felix is saying it's a British record. It's going to take a bit of time. Right now, they're finalising the deal sheet with installments and whatnot. So look, happy days. I'm very, very excited. I'm just waiting for the here we go, and then we're going to start singing for Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez will be sold to Chelsea. Everything is already closed, and River corresponds to a fortune that is close to 34 million euros tax-free. This is what I was saying yesterday or earlier on today in the live stream, that Benfica, they're probably forced a little bit by River Plate as well. River knowing that they're going to get a decent chunk, 34 million out of that 120 million release clause, plus 10 million in add-ons if Enzo helps us getting the Premier League and Champions League down the track. But yeah, River Plate ends up getting 34 million as well. So there must have been some sort of push from River as well for Benfica to do this deal. So there was a lot of different parties that were interested. Obviously, Benfica's cleaning up here. They bought Enzo for 10 million, and they're about to get somewhere around 120 million less the 34. So they're going to make a lot of money, man. So this is great. This is great for all parties, especially for Chelsea Football Club. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. This is what I was telling you in regards to the financial fair play, how this is going to impact clubs down the track. Clubs will be limited to spending a set percentage of their revenue in a calendar year on transfers agent fees and player wages. The limit in 2023 will be 90%, before dropping to 80% in 2024 and 70% in 2025 onwards. So this is huge. This is a pretty big change, man. And it makes me think this is why our owners are very, very focused on creating different streams of income. Obviously, the stadium redevelopment is on the plans. There's going to be a whole heap of different sponsorships, all or nothing, show that Chelsea's looking into participating, perhaps getting about 10, 11 million pounds, dollars, whatever it is from there. We're going to need to improve our revenue massively, because by 2025, you can only use 70% of what you have in terms of profit. So, this is going to be quite interesting. The limit in 2023 will be 90% before. I wonder revenue. Okay, so clubs will be limited to spending a set percentage of their revenue. So don't get it mixed up with profit. It's revenue, how much we earn. At the end of the day, we could earn an X amount minus the expenses. We could still be on a loss, but that's a different calculation. We're talking about revenue here. So we have to increase our revenue streams and earn a lot more. And then this percentage of 70% in 2025 can be a bigger portion. If we earn less than other clubs, honestly, we're going to fall behind. We will fall behind. Clubs like Man United, they earn a lot of money. Even Spurs earn a lot of money. This season will be the last under UEFA's current FFP rules, as they are due to change next year. The Premier League's rules are different, with the clubs allowed to lose a maximum of 105 million over a rolling 3-year period, but allowances have been made for the impact of COVID-19 recently too. So look, this is what I mean. Revenue and profit and loss, they're two different things. Revenue is how much money we're bringing in. Now, after the expenses is the profit. So you can make up to 105 million in losses over a 3-year period. This is going to be, I guess, the part of the new FFP rules. But obviously, you want to stay away from this. You don't want to, tread around these waters of over the 3 years you've rolled over, 105 million, because then the 4th year you better start making a profit, and to recoup 105 million in one financial year is going to be very difficult. So you don't want to be going that deep. If you are in the losses, hopefully it's around 10 million, 20 million, so that you can, the following year, can start making a profit. But bottom line, I don't think we're going to be lavishly spending like this on every window in the future. And I think this is why our owners are going hard right now. Report was from whoever this person is, Dan Sheldon. The Athletic Pages layout isn't the greatest, but the information still stands. Chelsea needs more money coming in. There you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Wanted to let you know a little bit about the FFP. Let me know how you feel about everything that we've spoken about, ladies and gentlemen, all the different topics. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. And comment below about everything that we spoke about, especially the FFP stuff right at the end as well. Till next time, see ya.